Welcome to the Science of Economics. I am Dr. Sajani Jayaprasad. In this session, we are going to discuss the top 4 definitions of economics. We know that economics as a study of wealth received great support from the father of economics, Adam Smith. Since then, the subject has travelled along and experienced changes, and therefore the Smithian definition serves no longer. Over the passage of time, the focus of attention has been changed. As a result, different definitions have opened out. To ease our learning, we have classified the various definitions of economics into 4 sections. First category belongs to science of wealth. Second category, material welfare. Third category, scarcity and choice. And the fourth category, growth and development. These points, wealth, welfare, scarcity and choice, and growth and development, highlight the top 4 definitions of economics. Thus, we have 4 groups or 4 categories of definitions. Wealth definition of Adam Smith, welfare definition of Alfred Marshall, scarcity definition of Lionel Robbins, and growth definition of P.A. Samuelson. The structure of learning this definition is something like this. First, we learn the category of definition. That is, whether they belong to science of wealth or belong to material welfare or belong to scarcity and choice or belong to growth and development. Secondly, we understand the economist's name. Thirdly, the definitions given by these economists. And finally, the various criticisms leveled against these definitions. So, we are going to discuss the first definition, that is the wealth definition of economics. So, in the first category, we are going to consider 4 economists: Adam Smith, J.B. Say, John Stuart Mill, and William Senior. Now, look at the definition they have given to economics. We already know that it was Adam Smith who defined economics systematically for the first time. His emphasis on wealth is clear in his book Wealth of Nations, published in 1776. On the screen, you can see the definition of Adam Smith, who is considered as the father of economics. Economics is concerned with an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations. An inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations. രാഷ്ട്രസമ്പത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രകൃതത്തിലേക്കും കാരണങ്ങളിലേക്കുമുള്ള ഒരു അന്വേഷണം. This means that economics studies how man earns wealth and how he spends it. So here, what is important for us is all these 3 things: the book name, the year of publication, and the definition. I repeat, the name of his book was An Enquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations. The year in which the book was published in 1776. And what was his definition? His definition said that economics is concerned with an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations. Other contemporary writers also define economics as that part of knowledge which relates to wealth. Now we consider the second economist, J.B. Say. J.B. Say was a French economist and businessman. He is best known for Say's law of markets. Now look at J.B. Say's definition. Economics is a science which deals with wealth. John Stuart Mill, yet another economist, argued that economics is a science of production and distribution of wealth. Another classical economist or wealth economist is William Senior. His definition said that the subject matter of political economics is not happiness but wealth. Thus, a close examination of the definition of these economists, Adam Smith, J.B. Say, John Stuart Mill, and William Senior, reveals the fact that all these definition gives too much importance to wealth. In short, according to the classical economists, economics is the science of wealth. However, the last decade of 19th century saw a mocking and wounding attack on the Smithian definition. And in its place, another school of thought emerged under the leadership of an English economist, Alfred Marshall. Now, we are going to consider the various criticisms leveled against this definition. Firstly, Smith's definition is primarily based on the assumption of an economic man who is concerned with wealth hunting. That's why critics condemned economics as the bread and butter science. Secondly, social reformers branded economics as a dismal science because by following this definition, people try to earn wealth by mean means. That means, as a science of wealth, it taught selfishness and love for money. Hence, the society lost its spiritual and moral values. So, spiritual leaders like John Ruskin named economics as a bastard science. The third criticism leveled against this definition is that Adam Smith completely ignored the simple but essential aspect of economics, or the central focus of economics, that is scarcity and choice. So in conclusion, according to the first category definition or the classical definition, economics is the science of wealth.